Hello there, how are you all? This is Mithika again on English ESLV and today I'm going to teach you simple past tense. You all know that my daughter Lavanya wants to become India's youngest phonics teacher. But tell me, how long did it take her to be like that? Listen to my interview with her. When we are done, I'm going to ask you a few questions and you need to answer that so that I can check your understanding. Listen. When did you finish your last chapter?
I guess 2 days ago.
Okay, and how long did it take you to prepare that?
It took me 5 days.
Why long?
Because there were so many chapters, I couldn't choose what to prepare first. During my first lesson, I was nervous. I had to learn how to speak before the camera. Once I was confident I finished it. Did you see how was it?
Yes, it was nice. Okay, one more last question I want to ask you. Why did you choose to become phonics teacher?
Because there were so many choices. So I picked phonics because I'm really good at reading.
Learn English with Mithika. Okay, tell me, when did Lavanya finish her new chapter? It was 2 days ago. Do you remember how long did the whole process take Lavanya to make a new chapter? Yes, it took almost 5 days. Was she confident enough to speak before camera? No, she wasn't confident. She had to learn how to speak before camera. She wasn't confident because there was a certain skill that she had to learn. Once she learned that, she was able to complete her work. Now you can see a few sentences on the board. Can you find out the examples of simple past? Sure you can. Now we will first turn our attention towards the forms and meanings of simple past tense, and then we will discuss about the uses of simple past tense. And now in this section we will look at the verbs to be, regular verbs and irregular verbs. In simple past tense, the verbs to be has two forms, was and were. Was is used with singular nouns, uncountable nouns and the pronouns like I, he, she and it. For example, I was nervous. I wasn't confident. How was it? Was able to complete. There was a confusion. Were is used with plural nouns, compound subjects and the pronouns you, we and they. For example, you were nervous. There were many choices. They were in the classroom. The verb to be in English is used to talk about the states, events and condition. It is used with all time aspects, whether it is present, past or future. So we often use the verb to be in the simple past tense to talk about the past events, states or condition. For example, she was nervous. We were in classrooms. So here in these two examples, I'm telling about the girl was nervous. It is the state of that girl. Alright? In simple past tense, regular verbs end in ed. Can you identify the regular verbs from the text? She worked hard to get it right. Lavanya was in the classroom. She finished her chapter. She talked to me. The whole process took her 5 days. She had to prepare herself to speak before camera. She ate nothing before her lesson. In this text, there are 6 verbs highlighted in orange. Can you identify 3 regular verbs? Yes, they are worked, finished, talked. These verbs are easy to recognize and use once you know the spelling rules of regular verb. So let's discuss that. Here are the spelling rules for forming regular verbs. Add ed to a verb that ends in a consonant. For example, want and work. Want ends in T, so we get wanted, and work ends in K, so we get worked. Now, rule 2 says that if a verb ends in a consonant, vowel, consonant pattern, double the last consonant and then add ed. For example, with the verb stop, t or p, consonant, vowel, consonant. So double the P and then add ed, we get stopped. There are other examples like pin, double the N, and add ed, we get pinned. Same way we have clap, double the p and add ed, we get clapped. Now there are a couple of exceptions to rule number 2. The first one says that don't double the consonants w, x and y. Look at the verb fix here. We are not going to double the x and we simply add e and we get fixed. Now look at the verb play, which ends in y. Here also we are not going to double y because it represents a long a sound. Simply add ed, we get played. Now in the case of the verb slow, w does not represent any consonant sound. It is a part of a vowel digraph. So here also we are not going to double the w. We simply add ed and we get slowed. The second exception is with unstressed syllable. So don't double the consonant if the last syllable is unstressed. For example, with the verb open, which is two-syllable verb and has the stress on first syllable, that is o. So we are not going to double the last letter n and we simply add ed, it becomes opened. The rule 3 says that add only d to a verb that ends in e. For example, the verb like, so we are going to add only d and we get liked. The other examples include the verb dance, danced, love becomes loved, and hike becomes hiked. Now the rule 4 says that if the verb ends in y, change the y into an I and then add ed. For example, with the verb carry, what you are going to do here? Just drop the y, bring an I and add ed, you get carried. Same way you do with the verb marry and hurry. Drop the y, bring an I, just add ed, you get married and hurried. Now there is exception to rule number 4 also. And it is when you have a vowel before y, don't drop the y, simply add ed. For example, with the verb play here. Here we have a before y, which is a vowel sound. So we simply add ed, we get played. And same way we did with the spray, we have just added ed, we got sprayed. Now look at the following examples on the screen. Can you identify the infinitive form for each irregular verb here? First one, Lavanya was in the classroom. What is infinitive? It is to plus base form of the verb. So, to plus be. Now it's your turn. The whole process took her 5 days. What is the verb here? Took. Then what's the infinitive? To plus take. Now look at the another example. She had to prepare herself. What will be the infinitive? To plus have. The next is she ate nothing. Ate is the verb, which is the second form. So the infinitive will be to plus e. And she brought her new book. What will be the infinitive? Yes, to plus bring. Now, irregular verbs can be tricky. There are a lot to remember. They're generally given at the back of grammar books and you can find them online also. And I'm also giving a link to you in the description box. You can follow that. Now, why do we use simple past tense? Well, it is obvious to talk about past actions, past events, finished actions, finished events. Quite often with the simple past tense, we can specify a specific point in time at which action or event occurred. For example, she finished 2 days ago. So we can go in the past and pinpoint a specific time like yesterday, 2 days ago, a minute ago, or last year, and so on. We also use simple past tense to talk about actions or events that lasted for a specific period of time. For example, the whole process took her almost 5 days. This is a specific period of time in the past. This is a finished period of time and a closed period of time. All these actions happened in the past. It is all in the past. So there is no connection to the present. There is no connection to the future. Suppose if we make a statement using present perfect, I have finished. So we can't use the specific time periods like yesterday, last year, a minute ago, or 2 days ago, because I have finished, I'm done. Use the simple past tense to talk about finished action or events that happened in the past at specific times like yesterday, last week, a year ago, in 2002, in isolation or in C. We also use it for the past events or state that lasted for a period of time, like in 1990s, in my youth. The simple past tense is sometimes confused with the present perfect. So the present perfect refers to action or events that happened in the past at no specific time, but in contrast the simple past tense is more specific. And the present perfect can refer to the past action or events which have an effect on the present or which may happen again in the future. But in contrast, simple past has no connection to the other time period. Now let's see how we form negatives and give short answers to yes/no question in simple past. We use did not plus base verb for negatives. For example, he did not finish yesterday. He didn't play last Sunday. And for short answer to yes/no questions, we form question with did plus the base form of the verb and plus object. So did you download the album? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Now let's talk about who and what. Be careful with the question words who and what. You can form questions about subject and object. So far we have learnt questioning about the object, and these questions take the structures like who or what plus did plus subject plus the base verb. For example, who did you watch in the video? He watched Mithika in the video. What did Lavanya make? She made video lesson. So in the first question, who refers to Mithika, object of the verb watch. And in the second question, what refers to video lessons, object of the verb make. Now let's learn how we form questions about the subject. We are still going to begin with the question word who or what, but we are not going to use the did in between. We are going to simply use the verb which is in the simple past tense. So we have questions like who took Lavanya's toy? Her eldest sister took her toy. What brought smile on her face? Her new board brought a smile on her face. So did you observe what we did here? We haven't used did here. We have simply used the word who or what and used the verb in the simple past tense to form a questions about the subject. So when you make a question next time, please consider whether you are questioning about an object or a subject, and then make the questions accordingly. Now I would like to add a note on pronunciation. In the simple past tense, the regular ed ending can be pronounced 3 different ways, like t as in walked, d as in loved, like it as in wanted. That's an extra syllable. So how do you know which way to pronounce it? Pronounce the ed ending as t after the voiceless consonant. Following are the voiceless consonant followed by ed ending: laughed, k, walked, jumped, s, kissed, sh, finished, ch, watched. Pronounce the ed ending as d after the voice consonant and vowels. For example, g, hugged, j, changed, call, called, longed, lived, z, surprised. For example, for vowel sounds, share, shared, please, pleased. Now, if you want to be sure whether a consonant is a voiceless consonant or a voiced consonant, try this trick. Place your hand here on your vocal folds, and when you say a voiced consonant, you will feel vibration like b, g, d, But when you say a voiceless consonant, you will not feel any vibration. For example, p, k, t. And if you want more information, I suggest watching my lesson pronunciation of plural endings. Pronounce the ed ending as an extra syllable after t and d. For example, visit. Add ed and say visited. Skate. Add ed, skated. Add, added. Need, needed. Let's practice. In this exercise, you need to correct the mistake in each sentence. The first one is, I were at home yesterday. So with pronoun I, we do not use were, we use was. I come to your home. I came to your home. This come is an irregular verb and we cannot use it as a regular way using ed after it. So we say, I came to your home. They pat on my jacket. They patted on my jacket. They did not took my bag. Here again, we cannot use did not plus second form of the verb. We have to use the base form. So, they did not take my bag. That's all for today. Happy studies. Continue to watch this series to get more information on verb tenses. Once again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.